Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back again with another video. My name is Winn and you are tuned into Cooking with Winn. So into this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make Liberian fried bitterball. For my soup today, I'll be using fresh snapper fish, and in here I have fried chicken, oxtail, chicken hearts, and chicken feet. You can use any meat of your choice, and you can use any fish of your choice. These are what I prefer. That's what I'm using, okay? And for my bitterball slash garden eggs, I have 4 bags that I got from the farmer market. I recommend you using fresh garden eggs because I don't know, I haven't tried fried bitterball with frozen garden eggs or canned garden eggs before. But if you want to try it, go ahead and try it. But I haven't used it before. I always make my fried bitterball with fresh garden eggs. So if you have any African farmer market next by or a regular farmer market, go check it out. Maybe you might be lucky to find you a fresh garden egg. And for my seasoning today, I'll be using seasoned salt, black pepper, 1 feta cube, adobo or pepper seasoning, and garlic powder. And I'm going to be using 1 small can of tomato paste, half onion, and 1.5 cup of vegetable oil. These are the ingredients I'm going to use to make my fried bitterball today. If you want to learn how to make this meal, stay tuned and keep watching. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and season my fish and my meat. I'm gonna be adding some adobo on the fish and on the meat in the pot. Now adding some black pepper on the fish and in the pot as well. Adding some seasoned salt on the fish and in the pot as well. And now adding some garlic powder in the pot and just a little bit on the fish. So once I have my seasoning in the pot on my meat and on the fish, I'm gonna add in some water into the pot. So I'm not adding an exact measurement of water, I'm gonna just eyeball. But right now I currently have 5 cups of water in here. I'm gonna just pour this over the meat. The oxtail and the fried chicken are both hard and I want it to cook very soft. So halfway into the cooking process, I will take out the chicken feet so it don't overcook. And I'm going to leave the oxtail and the fried chicken in the pot to let it continue cooking. But now that I have my water on this, I'll take this to the stove and cook it for about 30 minutes. And for the fish, I will mix this with the seasoning, set it aside, and then I'll be frying it later on. So if you have a deep fryer, you can use a deep fryer to fry your fish. But if you don't have a deep fryer, I will recommend you frying your fish in the oil first, before frying your garden eggs or before frying your bitterball, okay? So now I have my fish all mixed with the seasoning. I will cover this with aluminum foil. You can use aluminum foil or you can use a clean kitchen towel to cover this. So I have my fish all covered. I'm going to take this to the fridge and just let it sit there and marinate. So while it's marinating and while my meat is on the stove cooking, I will start prepping my garden eggs. So right now I'll go ahead and add my bitterball into the sink and I'll be washing them. So to wash your garden eggs, make sure you're washing it with cold water. I'm gonna just run cold water on this and wash them. Alright, so I have my clean garden eggs in here and I have this much left to wash. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this off camera, and once I'm done washing, then I'll show you guys the next step. So these are the clean garden eggs that I just washed. So the next step is to go ahead and slice or cut your garden eggs. You can use a cutting board or you can use your hand. I'm gonna just add some to the cutting board, and what you want to do is grab your knife along with your garden eggs and just slice them. It don't matter the size, but I would say do not cut it too big. You can cut it medium, you can cut it small. With this size, I would say it's a little too big, so I'm gonna just cut it again. But yeah, so like this, it's okay. And once you get to the end, you can just pick this off. So trash this, you don't need this, okay? And then just cut the rest of it. So that's the safest way to cut it, okay? With the cutting board. Or you can just cut in your hand. This is the Liberian way. Cut in your hand. Or you can hold it like you're cutting a grain. With this method, I would say make sure that the garden eggs is still long. Don't do this when the garden eggs is short. You're gonna cut yourself. Pick this off. Trash this and cut the rest of it. So like this, hold it. It's almost like you're cutting potato grains. Between your hand, grab a knife and so that's one way, okay guys, but the safest way to cut this is put your garden eggs on the cutting board and just cut it. So I have my sliced garden eggs in here and I have the rest of it here. So I will go ahead and cut the rest of these off camera, and once I'm done I'll show you guys the next step. So right now I'll just go ahead and take out my chicken feet from the pot. I'll let my fried chicken and my oxtail continue cooking because I want it really soft. I'm done cutting my bitterball or my garden eggs. So this is how it's gonna be once you're done cutting them, okay? So I have my pot on the stove. I will be adding in my oil. So I'm using 1.5 cup of oil for now, but I don't want to add too much oil because bitterball or garden eggs, if you add a lot of oil after cooking, it's just gonna sit on top of the soup, and you don't want that to happen. So start with a little bit of oil and then add more later if you need it. I have my oxtail and my chicken in here still cooking, so I will turn the stove off. Now it's all done, and I'll just wait for my oil to get hot. Once it's hot, I'll be frying my garden eggs. I'll slice my onion over my bitterball. So now I will add a little bit of onion to the oil just to test and see if it's hot. Okay, I'll be adding my garden eggs into the pot slowly, okay? Now that I have my garden eggs in here, I'm gonna give it a few minutes to fry and then I'll come and check on it. So while my bitterball is frying, I'll turn my deep fryer on. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be checking on my bitterball. So I'll be adding in my seasoning to this and my habanero pepper. I'll be adding some adobo or pepper seasoning. I'll add in my 1 feta cube. I'll add in some seasoned salt. Along with my tomato paste. I probably like 2 of it. And I will mix these together. So with the tomato paste, it's optional. If you don't want to add tomato paste to your fried bitterball, you don't have to. Like, it's up to you. You really don't have to add it. And I have my habanero pepper in here. I'm just going to add it to this. Now I'll be stirring my habanero pepper in. I'll let this fry for 5 more minutes, and after my 5 minutes is up, I'll be adding my broth from my meat or the water from my meat into this. I'm going to cover this and let it fry for 5 more minutes. Alright, y'all, so my 5 minutes is up. I'll stir this. So the water from this, I'll be adding into this. And just add them all. Like the oxtail and the chicken along with the water. And I will just stir them all in together. I'm gonna just let this cook for 20 to 25 minutes and then lower your heat. But right now I have my heat on medium high and I'm gonna just let this cook for 20 to 25 minutes. So while it's cooking, I'm gonna move over to my fryer and start frying my fish. I have my fish here. I just took it from the fridge. I'm gonna just mix it one more time before frying it. So while my fish is frying, I'll also check on my soup to make sure it's not burning. And also you want to make sure your soup is well seasoned. So right now I will go ahead and taste my soup to see if I need to add any more seasoning. I'll be adding a little more adobo. I'm gonna let this continue cooking, but I'm not gonna be adding the cover to it. Before your water dry completely, add in your fish and your chicken feet. So you want the water to reduce and your soup to dry. Once it's all dry and the water has reduced, the soup will be ready. Alright, y'all, so my fish is ready. I'll be adding my fish and my chicken feet into my soup. Now just stir it into the soup. There's not a lot of water left on the soup, so if you want, you can just leave it as it is and don't cook it anymore, or you can cook it a little more so it can dry completely. If you want to leave a little bit of water left on it, you can. If you don't want to leave water on it, you don't have to. Okay, it's almost ready. I will give it about 5 more minutes and then it's gonna be done. So this is the fried bitterball. It's all done and ready. I'm just gonna turn the stove off. Once you reach this stage, there's nothing else left. Okay, this is it. This is the final stage. Liberian fried bitterball is all done and ready. So I'll go ahead and play this for you guys and I'll show you guys the final product. Guys, so this is my Liberian fried bitterball. So once your water has reduced, this is how it's gonna look. Okay, so this is the finished product, guys. I have it plated with rice. You can try it with bulgur wheat, quinoa, or any grains of your choice, but I'm gonna be having mine with rice today. So yes, guys, so this is it. This is the finished product. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos, like and share with your friends and family, and leave me a comment if you have any question or concern. And also do not forget to check out my other YouTube channel. It's called All Things Winn. Go subscribe, like, and share. I appreciate you guys for staying tuned to the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.